Welcome back to my channel. My name is Blair, and today we're going to do another bake with me. Usually in the month of September, I like to start baking things that involve apples. For this recipe, I found it online. It's an apple cheesecake bar. Of course, I'll leave in the description box the link for the full recipe. I am having it, so I'm not going to give you measurements, but the full recipe will be down below if you want to go check that out. And I'm going to kind of break this down into segments because there's like, in a way, 3 different parts to it. So first off, I preheated the oven to 350, so that's heating up. And then you want to start, I'm using a 9x9 pan because I'm having it, but you want to line it with tinfoil and then spray it. So I've already done that part. And then just to preface this before I started, you needed to get out your cream cheese and your butter so that stuff could come to room temperature. So that's been sitting out for a little while. So the first part we're going to do here is for the crust, which will go in the bottom. So for this, I'm going to melt butter. So we're going to put this in the microwave in a second. You're going to need some ground cinnamon, and you're also going to use graham crackers and vanilla wafers. I have the mini ones, so I'm hoping I got a good ratio. I don't know. It's hard to tell how many to match. And in the graham crackers, you're supposed to put this in a food processor. I'm just going to kind of crush it up in the bag on the counter. So once you have the graham cracker and vanilla wafer crushed up, you're going to mix it with the melted butter and some cinnamon and mix that well. And then you're going to add that to the bottom of your pan, kind of spread it out and press it down into the bottom to create your crust. Okay, so once you got the crust part done, we're going to put it in the oven and bake it for about, said 8 minutes. I don't know, we might need to do less because it's smaller, but we're going to try it and see. All right, now that that part's done, we're gonna go for the cheesecake, I believe. The crust has about 3 more minutes. I'm gonna check it. I didn't realize I needed to cut the apple at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the apple. It says it needs to be peeled, cored, and finely chopped. And then we're gonna sprinkle some sugar on this and set it aside while we make the actual cream cheese mixture. So let's get this apple chopped. Once your apples are all cut up, you're going to add sugar to it and then set it aside. Next, you're going to take your room temperature cream cheese, add your egg, the cinnamon. I forgot to put on the apples, but you're supposed to do that before you set it aside. Back to your cream cheese mixture, you're going to add some sugar, some sour cream, lastly some vanilla extract, and then we're going to blend this really well with a hand mixer till it's smooth. Next, on to the top crust, you're going to take some all-purpose flour. And then your room temperature butter. And then we're going to add some quick oats. And lastly, some brown sugar. And the recipe said to use a hand mixer for this part as well, but I kind of felt like it would have been easier to just use your hands because it was a lot of drier ingredients. And now we're going to layer everything, starting with the cream cheese mixture on top of the original bottom crust we made. Then we're going to go in with the apples. I just used my hand so I could kind of sprinkle them around. And then the last layer, which is that crumbly mix we just made. So that one you're going to put on top, and then once it's all smooth, not smooth, but you know, layered on top evenly. So that's in the oven. That's going to cook for about 45 minutes, and I'm going to clean up the mess that I made. And then you're supposed to let it cool to room temperature. So I'll check in with you later when it comes out of the oven. Alright, so as you just saw, I let the apple cheesecake come to room temperature, and then I put it in the fridge, and it says it needs to chill for at least 3 hours minimum before you can cut it. Seeing how it's 7:30 and this girl goes to bed around 8:30, I will cut it tomorrow and I'll let you know how it tastes before I close out this video. Good morning, it's the next day, and these bars have literally been chilling overnight. So we're gonna take them out. I'm gonna cut them because I'm gonna put them in a different container for serving later, and I'm gonna try it and I'll let you know how it is. Sorry if you can hear the washer, but I'm gonna go ahead and try this. Like I said, they came out perfectly a little layered. I'll say they're really good. They're not crazy sweet. I was kind of expecting sweetness, but they're really not bad. It's like a subtle mix of the cream cheese with the apples. So I said it's kind of like a very thin cheesecake, not cream cheese, cheesecake, with almost like an apple crisp texture and taste on the top. but they're really good, worth trying. And it seems like it's a really good fall dessert that you could make. I will say, if you're planning to make this for anything, do it the day before, because I didn't catch that until I was done making them, and I was so thankful I made them yesterday because my company's coming today that's gonna eat these. So as always, I hope you enjoyed. If you try the recipe, let me know in the comments, and again, I'll link down below the recipe as well, the full thing. And as always, I hope everybody has a blessed day.